how did this project begin?
Right. I've been hearing you ask that question first for 3 days now. So
Do you have an answer?
If I hadn't thought about that by now, I'd be an idiot. So mainly we make fiction films, some science fiction, some straight drama, but we like to make one dance film a year. And at any given time, I have half a dozen or whatever ideas. This one hit for two reasons. One, because it had to be done in a hurry. Something we could put together in a few days and film in a day, right before leaving Vermont for the summer season in September. And the other reason was the bio science fiction piece we made was very much about women's and gender issues, and this topic sort of sang out to us. Also, the OVAX, which is the bio sci-fi piece, is very explicit in telling people what's going on because we don't want to lose the audience. Painstaking, on the other hand, is intended to let you project onto it whatever you're thinking and feeling.
Okay. And when you say we, do you have a creative team? Do you have a production company? Or
my co-writer, co-producer wife, Jennifer Gennari, is a children's book author, and she'll write up a manuscript and send it to her agent, who will take forever to read it, and then send it to a publisher. It'll take forever to get back to them. Mm-hmm. Even if a publisher buys it, it takes them, seems like forever to get it out the door. And so she thinks it's hilarious to co-write a short film with me, and in a matter of months, we have it out at the festivals. Yeah. So it's mainly the two of us. We are Innovation Film, and we have developed a whole network of filmmakers, one in California and another in Vermont.
Okay. And do you have a specific approach or philosophy for telling stories through dance?
Not really. The dance films have been snowflakes, and for a dance film, people kind of expect it to be an art film. Mm-hmm. And so, we made Gravity a couple of years ago. This is from last season, just this past summer. We spent 5 days and 600 miles filming. Our dance film for this year is a documentary called Patchwork. The trailer's on our website, and it is a love letter to all the artists, some of whom I'm sure are here today, whose life is a patchwork of day job, side hustle, taking classes, teaching classes, yoga, training, gym, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So you have the music, you have visuals, you have the choreography. What comes first? Out of those three, what is the order at which you tackle it?
That also has been snowflakes. Each film has been different for painstaking. I had a sort of inchoate idea in my head. My wife and I kicked around the concept, and I took it to a composer that we've worked with several times. Patricia Julian is a professor of jazz harmony at the University of Vermont. And I just said, hey, Patricia, do you have some things lying around on your sort of intellectual garage floor? It's fine if it's non-exclusive. And we're thinking, 3 different sections, maybe a minute a piece, ended up being 4.5 minutes. We went back and forth a couple of times, and then I gave the music, her original score, to the choreographer, Chach Preger, who is a former professional dancer with several national ballet companies, and is retired now and doing choreography and teaching. So I gave it to Chach, and then we brought Sadie in, and the two of them, with a little bit of input from me, worked out the choreography.
Okay.
And then we filmed it and brought Brandon St. Cyr as our visual effects guru, and he and I, I'm former visual effects myself, so between the two of us, we wrapped the orbiting glass pane, we call it Pain World, around the dancer.
Okay, and can you tell me what that looks like? Is that a green screen? Where's the actor in relationship to the camera, or what does the set look like?
The set is entirely blue screen, not even a blue screen. There's a blue curtain, and the whole studio, it's about this size. It's in a public access TV station, essentially in Burlington, Vermont. And when I didn't know we were going to have this, but I really did want that vertiginous shot of looking at that camera angle of looking down, but I didn't think we would get it. When I showed up, the guys who had put the studio together for us, and they had the curtain drawn and lit, and they had put blue paper on the floor. I'm like, oh, that's a bonus. Some things went well, some things didn't go great, but we sort of dug it out. We filmed it in one day, 3/4 of a day, and then spent 3 months doing all the visual effects work for it.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm sure you expect my final question here.
Did you learn anything?
What did you learn anything, or what did you learn about yourself as an artist, or about the creative process for this piece specifically?
Yeah, a couple of things here. One is we trusted our gut on this one, which was to reel back. There's kind of a little bit of a story in there. But it's really fun. I don't tell people what we intended. It's more fun to hear what people see in the film. So come up and see me after class. Tell me what you saw in it, because it's different for everyone almost. And then, you can learn something. Like 30 years ago, I was at Industrial Light and Magic for Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park, Death Becomes Her, and Forrest Gump. We did a lot of blue screen and then green screen work. And you'd think, that I really would have gotten it through my thick skull how to light and composite blue screen. And this was just 3 months of, incredibly painstaking work to do. I did rotoscoping and the blue screen extractions. Brandon did all the 3D graphics.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Great. Opening it up to the audience, are there any questions from anybody? Come on, somebody's got to be brave enough for one question. There we go. Yep.
It looks great. I really.
Thank you.
I kind of got the connection with the panes, like to my phone and the swiping in screens, and of course, it turning into silica sand or whatever at the end. But when you see a visual like that pop up and it just kind of comes on, and you're wondering, what is this? Because it doesn't start with a bang, so to speak. And I thought that was interesting. Was that intentional?
That part, I think, yes. I went to Patricia and just asked, what do you got? And I had no expectations and didn't lay any on her about what kind of music there would be. I just said, it's going to be in 3 sections. There need to be some kind of clear demarcations between them. And what you're hearing is only version 3 of us going back and forth on it. So I went with what she gave me then, and the choreographer went with that.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
And
Sort of,
okay.
yeah. I mean, just overall, it just sort of, you're in this world all of a sudden, and it's like, okay, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, I mean, there is clearly some, because it's a young woman, young female presenting dancer, representing sort of child, adolescent, young adult, pushing back on, frankly, the mixed messages that a young woman gets in the world. My wife and I, between us, have 4 daughters. We've heard a lot about this. So this was an attempt to represent some of that.
So wonderful thing.
Okay.
and a question in the back?
Did you work with a costume designer on this, or did you come up with the costuming yourself? And how did you coordinate with costuming to tell your story?
Great. Everybody hear that? Yeah. Sadie brought all her own gear. She brought several. This was done, really kind of fast and loose on the fly, and designed to be eminently affordable. We did pay the crew and the dancer. Sadie, the star, we bounced back and forth email several times, and she brought 2 or 3 options for each of the sections. Brought her own mirror, her own makeup. So she did her own hair, makeup, and costuming. Just sitting on the floor outside the studio with a little 6-inch mirror. Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Great.
very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.